Mike?
Hey JJ, when you address the players for a game like this, do you say anything additional, just acknowledging kind of, you know, the emotional stakes of it, or do you try to keep it more to game plan? Because of
I'm sure I will.
what stands out to you as kind of the most, you know, important part of that message to relay?
We got your back.
Just from a game plan standpoint, Dallas obviously has all their bigs back and play a little bit different style from teams we've seen recently. What do you see as the critical parts of the game plan in that case?
You have to protect the paint. Have to do a great job of not only boxing out, but similar to the two big look the other night with the Rockets. We got to do a great job of gang rebounding. I think that's the biggest thing. And we know they're going to target. We know they're going to ISO. We know AD's going to try to get going. But it all starts with we have to protect the paint first, and we have to do a good job of rebounding.
JJ, you guys have played some pretty big teams here in the last stretch. The city plays big Houston. You guys have been able to kind of mitigate that. How have you been able to take teams out of what they want to do and play your style?
It's our style.
Oh, our
Was that a you directed towards me?
Royal you.
Royal you. Okay. Yeah. Again, when we play smaller, it's not like we're playing small. Those guys are big. They have length. They're strong. Vando last night. What is he? 6'4.5". I don't know what he is, but maybe he's a little tall. But he's able to get 12 rebounds against a team that's bigger. I think just it's as much mentality as it is schemes, and then offensively, being able to play small with the all shooting lineup and guys that can create off the dribble, it can compromise the defense.
Does it force an extra level of attention to detail? Because you have to hit box outs, you have to be aggressive on the glass. It reinforces things that you would probably like to reinforce anyways, but because you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think attention to detail, yes, because there are some techniques, right, in terms of our defense when we're small. But it also reinforces a lot of the things that we really value, which is effort and physicality and communication, all those things. And our guys, have consistently shown that they can do it. We are not in a stage of the season where we can have like an on-off switch. We've got to be on. The lights have to be turned on all the time. And we did it on Sunday. We did it against Houston. Didn't do it against Golden State. Did it for the third quarter last night. Was as good as our defense has looked. So just got to be able to do it for 4 quarters, which we have done in games. But we needed to be able to do it for 4 quarters tonight.
Tonight will be the first time you get to coach against AD. As a coach, what was that problem-solving process for you in terms of game planning after last night's game, and what did AD mean to you in your first season as a coach when you were able to coach him?
Yeah, I said at the time of the trade, but I'm forever grateful to AD for our relationship as player-coach, and him allowing a first-year coach, a guy who's never coached outside of 9 and 10-year-olds, to actually coach him. And I thought, we had a terrific working relationship and a terrific rapport, and I've expressed that to him. Just my gratitude for that. He was a pleasure to be around every single day. And yeah, I think regardless of if we had, 5 bigs, or if we have 1 big like we currently do in our rotation, he's going to give you nightmares. He's that good. He's one of the best players ever, and you certainly have to scheme for him.
JJ, the league just announced that they've rescinded Luka's second technical from last night. Do you have any reaction to that? And has there been any further clarification?
reaction to it, other than I'm glad it was rescinded.
JJ, Vanderbilt mentioned after the game that he was just kind of referring to being deployed on the perimeter a certain amount and kind of getting to use his skill set that way. And was there anything direct there, just how that matchup worked out, and how do you have to gauge, at times you need him to be more inside on the bigs and versus being able to use him in that way?
Yeah, again, we switch everything when Vando's on the court pretty much, so he gets looks at everybody, and part of the thought process, again, is if he's on a big and we're in a switching lineup, then he's gonna end up on the primary ball handler if we pick and roll. We used the Vando Jackson lineup because frankly we just weren't guarding last night in the first half. Felt like we needed to give that a look, and it was really good in that third quarter.
Hi, Coach. Do you consider it's good for the team to play this game back to back? I mean, because all that's happening around the game, for Luka to be more focused on the game, that in the other case you would be here for one more day, more media, more fans. Do you think it's better to play back to back this game?
Potentially. Luka said it last night to me. I know he said it to you guys. He doesn't know how he's going to feel. I think anybody who's been in a place that means a lot to them and built relationships and felt really a part of a community, that first time back is always emotional, and there's no predicting how you're going to feel, and whether you sit and think about it for 4 days, like Dallas has, or whether it's a back-to-back, the emotions and the feelings are still going to be there.
Coach, talk about the feelings from Luka. What do you think the reaction is going to be here when Luka walks in?
I would assume there would be cheers. I think, based on my understanding of the last 25 years of this organization, and getting to be here for a little bit and seeing what Dirk meant to the franchise and seeing what Luka was able to accomplish in a short amount of time and what he meant to the franchise and to the city. I felt very lucky. What is it, MFFL or something? It was awesome to be here. I couldn't even play, but the fan base here is incredible, and I know that he meant a lot to them, and I would expect the opposite